Yeah. So hopefully this camera will cooperate with me. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Bob Augusto here at Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda. Today is November 25th, 2020. And I got a project I'm going to be doing in the garage. I bought a rear shock for the FJR. And I'm going to be putting that in today. I actually bought it several months ago. And for whatever strange reason, I can't seem to find the installation instructions. They were very Spartan. There wasn't much to them, because there isn't much to the job. But I don't seem to have them. But just to give you a look-see, there's the shock right there. It's an Öhlins. It's not the highest end shock they got. It doesn't have the side canisters or anything like that. But replacing what I have on the bike, this should go quite well. They give you a bolt and a washer and a nut. It's like a nylon nut. And then now you got a new tool for your toolbox. Hopefully it's a set it and forget it deal. And that's about it. The box is pretty Spartan. The installation is pretty simple. Let me see if I can give you a quick one here, because it's I haven't taken anything apart yet. So let me see if we get a light on here. All right, that should help. So you got a nut in there, and then at the bottom you got your bottom nut, and then you got these little swing arms. I think these have to come out too. So under here you get your adjustment for your hard and your soft on the shock. This has to come out as well, because that will no longer be there. So it's pretty cut and dry. It shouldn't take long at all to do. So I think we should just get started. The great thing about this shock is this shock can be set up for your weight. So when I ordered this shock, and I believe I got it from Revzilla, I ordered it to my weight. I'm not going to tell you what my weight is, but I'm going to tell you that's what I did. So that being said, I should be able to get a more customizable thing. Now, motorcycles like the FJ and so forth, they're initially set up to be rider weight of, what, 160, 170 pounds in my dreams. So the bike runs a little soft. So what I want to do is I want to harden up the suspension a little bit, get a little bit quicker reaction on the dampening. Hopefully have a little fun with it next year. Ride it a little more spirited. So it looks to me as though the seat has to come out, and these covers are going to need to come out as well. That'll give me access in there to the bolt, for the upper bolt for the shock, and everything else just hangs out the bottom. So that being said, let's get started with the job. Taking the seat off is simple enough. We'll clip in behind here, push the front out. So by doing that, taking this clip off and this off, just going to allow me to pop this off. You got to be careful in the winter time, because plastic is a little more brittle. It's a little stiffer. And in the summer, it's a little colder. So we're just going to go in here and pop this screw out. I got another faux plug here. That one's an easy one. There you go. Normally, there we go. One out as well. Now this should come right out. There you go. Ooh, a whole bunch of stuff in there. I'm just going to repeat the process on the other side. Get the other case off. If ever you guys are ordering parts, whenever you order parts, there's a tip out of sites like, Revzilla or whatever. You should always order extra plastic clips because they break and you lose them. And to order them specifically and to have them shipped just doesn't make any financial sense. On this side, it's the same procedure. You got to take it out there, take it out there, take it out underneath here. But in here, because of the handle, to lift it up onto the center stand, you got an extra screw in there. So that needs to come out as well. So that takes that off. All right, so we're going to remove this piece here. So I kind of got it neutral. And here's a nut, and there's a nut on the other side. It mounts to this bracket that's bolted up in here. Gonna drop these two nuts, this mech will just come out of there. Okay, so the adjuster is 3 nuts. One in the back, one here, and one here. They're number 10s. After you get them out, you would think you could drop this out of here completely, but you can't. So you're gonna need to break the bolt loose up top and at the bottom. So with that being said, let's do the bottom first. In there where the bolt is, you notice there's something in the way. There's a bracket right here. It's got that little green dot on it right there. I'm pointing at it. That's going to need to be loosened up. That actually holds a brake line. This little curvy one right here. So we just need to loosen that bracket. I don't even think the line is going to be an issue. The bracket itself is an issue. So we're going to unbolt that. That looks to be an 8mm. And you should be able to come straight in at it with an extension. And that'll allow us to take that bolt, because that bolt has to be reused. So we're going to unbolt the nut on the other side, slide that through, and that'll let the shock drop out. Okay, so next step is going to be, we're going to pull this out and drop these 2 arms down. Then we're going to unbolt it here and unbolt it on the top. And that shock should drop right out of there. Nut and a washer. Okay, so to drop the suspension, I got this little piece of wood here under the wheel. There is a little bit of tension on this nut that I just took off on this bolt. So basically what I'm going to do here is lift up on the wheel a little bit, and that's it. By taking that tension off, it allows that bolt to freely slide out. There you go. That's it. This bolt gets replaced with the Öhlins, but there you go. I think it does. I don't know if we'll see. So now the shock is free from the bottom completely. So we gotta free it now from the top. So we're gonna remove that little tiny bracket in there. There's the bracket that holds that brake line in. I've opened up a pathway to get that bolt out. What the hell? Oh yeah, it's an 18mm. All right, so let's just go ahead and that's it. There's a couple. You know, this is a job that would probably be better if you had a helper. That was an unnecessarily hard thing to do. It was routed so stupid. Okay, well, there it is. So there's a control box under there. I'm not sure what it is. But you gotta disconnect the cables. There's plugs to them, which are push-ins. So you can maneuver the I'll show that to you. Plugs there. Those two plugs have to come out to get that cable around it, because it wraps around it this way. So you pull the cables out and then you pull it out like that, and then it drops out. Once that's free, it's easy as pie. So there you go. The old shock is out. The new shock doesn't have a mech like that, so it should just go right in place, just like a standard shock. And then it's all about adjustments. Push this through. That's putting enough tension on that nut, on that bolt. So Öhlins provides this bolt, which is something you got to use. And we're gonna put that in. So we're gonna raise this up. All right. And we're just gonna get a little leverage on the rear wheel. And that's it. Okay. So upper bolt on the shock is 46 foot-pounds. That's it. All right, lower bolt, 29 foot-pounds. There you go. So let's do this cross member here. That's 35 foot-pounds. That's it, 35 foot-pounds. The shock is now in. Good. There it is. Be nice if that would just fall right into place, huh? Looks like it's gonna fall right into place. Good. That kind of reminds me of a song. There we go. Is that it? Woo! Yeah! There you go. There it is. Okay. Gonna tighten that up. I was a little concerned about that, since it's so far out of my reach. There you go. There's nothing left to bolt on except for plastic. So I think we're good. I need to put a piece of tape here. With the rear suspension unloaded, I'm going to measure from the nut to here. And I'm going to record that measurement. So, all right, now they want me to take it off the stand and set it on the ground. I'm going to measure the compression with no rider. All right, I finally finished it. I actually needed to wait for my son to get home to take some final measurements, because the final measurements is sitting on the bike. So the preload has been adjusted. It actually wasn't that far off, which was good. So basically you take a measurement with it in the center stand, rear unloaded. Then you take a measurement with it sitting on the ground under its own weight. And then you take a measurement with you sitting on it. And basically, and just to sum it up real high level, from it unloaded to me on it, it's about 1.25 inches compression. So that's where we start. So the next adjustments I'm going to need to make, obviously, is going to be the rebound dampening, but I'm not going to be able to do that until I ride it to get the feel for it. But as far as ride height and all that other stuff, I think we're there. So with that said, I'm going to call this installed. So the next step is now just to put it all back together. Anyway, so that's it. Next project is going to be, I'm going to put a manual cam chain tensioner on my C10. And then we'll just wait till the spring comes and start prepping the bikes for the next summer. All right, guys, you take care. Stay safe. Enjoy. And I'll catch you on the next one.